So for your birthday decode, you definitely want to look up what movies and TV shows came out on your birthday, as well as who's born, who passes away, and any movies or TV shows that the actor or actresses might have played in, or music, or movies, or books, or spiritual things that people who are born or passed away on your birthday. For this specific birthday, it's November 22nd, which is Hailey Bieber's birthday, and Scarlett Johansson. This is part 3. And of course, you want to be familiar with having to be a Scorpio set and a Libra Ma'at on the 13th sidereal chart, and being water and air. It's important because you're a lot of times water is currency, it's money, it's the spiritual realm money. Air, you could blow it away. So I would call this like air and water, like storm. So if there was an X-Men, I like to correlate storm with anybody who is water and air. When you think about Ma'at, just think about math. You're good at math. Set is Scorpio. So you're good at traveling the underworld. And when I think about a scorpion, I think about a crab or a lobster. So you're like a land creature that also could go into the water. So some movies you want to watch, or maybe you already have an affinity to, would be like Wicked, Toy Story, Addams Family, Frozen 2, Beauty and the Beast, The Hunger Games, 102 Dalmatians, Out of My Mind, Wish, Casino, Coco, The Christmas Chronicles, Friday After Next, Gladiator 2, The Naughty Nine, Spellbound, Frida, Good Burger 2, Leave the World Behind, 21 Bridges, Deck the Halls, Die Another Day, Napoleon, Blue Hawaii, Back to the Future 2, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Blue Story, The Producers, Christmas on the Square, Dark Waters, Delivery Man, King Solomon Mines, Christmas Contract, Dallas Blue Buyers, Darkest Hours, Genie. So when you're going to the movies, you want to watch them. The movie premiere date is basically the birthday of the movie. So those are things that were born when you were born, which premiered when you were born. It's part of your portal. So when you watch them, keep notes like, hey, you'd be like, that movie sounds like a conversation I had privately, because something is channeling your energy. So it's definitely good to channel it back and be able to be like, no. Because when you are being awakened, a lot of times the spiritual realm would feel like a movie. Like you'll be awake and feel like you're in a movie, not realizing that they want you to react in 3D as if you're in 5D so they can create more movies. So when you're walking around and you're being awakened, just walk around like you are the star of your movie, but act like 3D. Like I'm like, yep, everybody's watching. We got remote viewers. If you don't know what remote viewers are, they're people that might be near you that have eyes for other people in the spiritual realm. And usually that's based off a birthday or passing away date. So say in 1995, they're making a movie and it's coming out on your birthday, right? A person is channeling, downloading, making a script, making wardrobe, making this everything, the scenery for the movie, and it's about a girl born 11/22, and she lives over in Dubai, and she's like, hey, it's me, and there's a whole movie about Dubai, and the person's name is Kat. So then when you start to see like, wow, in 1995 they could still see me, I wasn't even born yet. You were still born somewhere, even if you're born in 2005 or whatever. 1995, they're still channeling your energy. If you're one of the like energies that are very like psychic, or you're about to do something, like Malcolm X was about to do something. So the whole time, Malcolm X's mother was put into a psychiatric ward. His father got ran over by a train, and the mother knew something was wrong with that. She's like, no, someone must have pushed him or something. And they're like, no, you're just crazy. And they put her in psychiatric ward. The whole time, the future of Malcolm X is already decided, and they're trying to break Malcolm X by breaking his parents. And when that didn't work, he told his teacher to say, hey, you can't be a lawyer because black people are not lawyers at the time. It's going to be hard to get into, pick another profession. Malcolm X then went into like pimping women and doing all these bad things, then coming back to himself and saying, I can do whatever I want, and became a public speaker and became a movement in getting civil rights and just knowing, it's time for a change. So all that to say is that when people are channeling you, they're channeling maybe your future potential or where you have been before and where you could be now. So when you awaken to have 3D and 5D meet, you want to make sure that these movies might be channeling you, that it doesn't trigger you when you are in 3D to not know how to move in 5D, which is how you end up getting like taken into a psychiatric ward and them saying, you must have lost it, you have psychosis, It's just you're coming aware that 3D and 5D has crossed over because it's time for you to make your mark on the world. So again, movies are like Queen Mu. She was the first queen of Egypt, and she's from Lemuria. Lemuria was before Atlantis. Queen Mu would put a lot of codes in music and movies for us. so we can see ourselves and to know who we are. Because you can't delete all these movies. You can't delete music. Music and movies are forever. They're in the Library of Congress. So they can't get rid of our clues. But when we are the codes and we can unlock the codes in real life, where it's gonna make a lot of sense later. Kind of like there was a movie called Snake Eyes, and it had a guy named Charles Kirkland. And at Charlie Kirk had passed away here in America, and he got taken out the same way as the person in the movie. This movie you cannot delete. This movie came out in 1998 with Nicolas Cage, called Snake Eyes. So when you watch that movie in 1998 and in 2025, almost the same things are happening with the Tyler Robinson, the Kirklands. The music in the movie has codes from Queen Mew. Okay, Queen Mew went from Lemuria to Egypt to West Africa to Haiti to America. That's how she moved. And she's here now. So it's like a little person whispering what to write in your movie scripts. But she already knows that one day the true people that are part of the Lemurians, which is a whole tribe of beautiful, different ethnicities that come together as one group of people. Anywho, the point is that music and movies has a lot of codes in it, from psychics from millions and millions ago, from other planets like Neptune, Mars, Venus, just different. We represent different planets, and the way that you looks kind of like the planet you came from. So your blue eyes, you think Neptune's, red hair, Mars, Venus. So just think of that. Earth is, melanin, darker skin. So just know that mixing all those together means you have a lot of mixture of different DNA codes, different memories. So the music in the movies is very important when you're looking at your birthday decode and who was born and passed away. And like I said, you go through these people and look at the movies and TV shows that they've been in, because they're going to be channeling things. Like the girl, Caravaggio, she was like over in Moana movie. Then you have Matt Mickelson in some movies. We talked about Zachary. Trevor, he's in Zombies. Mark Ruffalo, Avengers, Incredible Hulk. Michael Kenneth Williams, he's over here in Lovecraft Country, really good TV show about 3D and 5D crossing over, and like just a lot of the struggles that people of color go through. Rodney Dangerfield, actor. Richard Kind, Michael D. Cohen, they've all been in movies and TV shows. You want to look up what they've been in, you want to watch them. Here are some movies that you want to watch that were part of those actors that I mentioned, like Weapons, Ironheart, The Wire. Michael K. Williams played in that. Lovecraft Country is so good. You definitely want to watch that, because it shows a lot of what's going on right now. How like you could be stopped by police, but it's a spiritual warfare as well as just being stopped by the police. You're just getting a ticket, but in your brain you're like, oh my God, at any time this could end bad if you're a melanated person. And there's a spiritual thing going on. So definitely watch Lovecraft Country. Michael K. Williams, he played in some of these movies as well. When They See Us, Assassin's Creed, definitely want to do that. When They See Us is about the Central Park 5 in New York. Assassin's Creed, Bessie. And of course, if you dream about Justin Bieber, there's a reason. He's born March 3rd, 1994. And he's married to Hailey Bieber, who has 11/22 birthday. So if you see Selena Gomez in your dreams, Hailey Bieber in your dreams, Justin Bieber in your dreams, it's because of the energy that she's around. So if you see the Kardashians, if you hop into her body, if she's on a substance, or maybe you're dreaming with her, you can see what she's seeing. So if she's reading up with the Kardashians, her man, Selena Gomez, whatever she's doing, you can kind of channel it. And then you could write a dream journal and be like, oh, wow, why am I seeing Kim Kardashian with Hailey Bieber on today? And you look it up and you'll see, like on Getty Images, they were at a dinner together. And you will get to see that in your dream. Some more TVs and movie shows you want to watch based on the people that were born and passed away on your birthday. Fantastic Beasts, Doctor Strange, Indiana Jones. Again, you probably already maybe seen some of these movies or not, but definitely like Hannibal, The Hunt. These people were born on your birthday. They play in these movies. This is channeling your energy. So The Little Mermaid Live, or Moana 2, Mean Girls, all channeling because of the women born on your birthday. Oli, Caravo. And then, of course, Zombies 2, because the man born on your birthday, he played in Zombies. And like I said, just go through these movies that they have played in, or movies come out on your birthday, because that's going to channel your energy. And then you won't, if something triggers you, you're like, oh, because they're channeling my energy. So then then it won't trigger you anymore. Once you stop getting triggered by the spiritual crossing over to from 3D to 5D, then you just become a star in your own movie and you act like it and you're like, whatever, I'm a star. So part 4